A few days ago, I found myself deep in a rabbit hole all about ancient cooking, right? Victorian era cooking, Egyptian cooking, everything. And before I knew it, I was on eBay looking up old cookbooks. After some perusing and snooping around eBay, I found a cookbook from the 1920s, right? This dilapidated old tome, and pretty much caved in and bought it immediately. Over the past few days, I've meticulously and carefully flipped through each of the pages, trying to find what I think is the strangest but most potentially delicious recipes in this entire book. It smells like grandmother and experience. So today we're gonna cook a 3-course meal from this old cookbook, an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert, to see if it holds up to our 21st century tastes. It's like falling everywhere. Do I need to like asbestos check this? Eclairs of chicken mayonnaise. Put butter and water in saucepan and place on range. When boiling point is reached, add flour, all at once, and stir until the mixture is well blended and leaves sides of the pan. Remove from the fire and add eggs, one at a time, beating vigorously between the additions. Shape on a buttered sheet, 3 1/2 inches long by 1 1/2 inches wide, and bake in a moderate oven 25 minutes. Show it to me, please. Cool. Split and fill with chicken mixed with mayonnaise. Crown of lamb. Select parts from 2 loins containing ribs, scrape flesh from the bone between the ribs as far as the lean meat, and trim off the backbone. Shape each piece in a semicircle, having ribs outside, and sew pieces together to form a crown. A crown of lamb may also be ordered from the market. Trim the ends of the bones evenly, care being taken that they are not left too long, and wrap each bone in a thin strip of fat salt pork, or insert in cubes of fat salt pork to prevent burning on the bone. Then cover with buttered paper. Roast 1 1/4 hours. I feel like this thing's gonna curse me. Like I'm reading and if I read the words like backwards or something, it's gonna like, I'm gonna grow horns or whatnot. So at the end of this recipe for the crown of lamb, it says, fill the center with a puree of chestnuts. The issue is chestnuts don't exist right now, right? It's September, we got a couple of months before that. I can't find them anywhere. So instead, we're gonna make a little stuffing situation with random things that I have in my fridge and that I found in my pantry, so yeah. Remove lamb bones before serving and fill the center with puree of chestnuts. Lemon cream rice. Pick over rice, cover with cold water, and let soak overnight. Drain, put in double boiler, add milk, and cook until the rice is soft. Add sugar, lemon rind, lemon juice, salt, and egg yolks slightly beaten. Cook until thickens, turn into a buttered pudding dish, and cool. Beat whites of eggs until stiff and gradually add powdered sugar and lemon extract. That there be a stiff peak, my boy. Cover top of pudding with meringue and bake in a moderate oven just long enough to brown the meringue. All right, so we just cooked up an actual storm. We got all of our stuff laid out. We have our eclairs of chicken mayonnaise. We have our crown of lamb, and of course, our lemon cream rice. Because who doesn't want creamed rice for dessert? All right, chicken mayonnaise on eclair. This is actually pretty tasty. I'm kind of into this. I like a savory thing. A savory eclair is kind of fun. I always, of course, probably like all of you, think of like a chocolate eclair filled with cream. This is basically chicken cream on an eclair. You know, this might be like super vintage and like funny, but I could see mixing some spices, maybe some other herbs into the chicken salad to make it a little more complex and fun. I might do that if I were to like modernize it. All right, dinner time, baby. I'm gonna go for a nice middle rib here. See the cook on this? All right. And I think I might have to steal some of that stuffing on here. Bone apple teeth. It's a rack of lamb shaped and molded into something, I would say that's pretty extravagant. Though it looks super retro and vintage and extravagant because it's in that crown roast, it's a rack of lamb. It's 2 racks of lambs tied together and roasted nicely. I do like this little touch here of the salt pork. Look at this, look how crispy this is. It's like a little bonus bacon on your bone. Bonus bacon on your bone. Fun idea because it does protect the bone and keep them white, but also you get that pork fat rendering onto the lamb, kind of adding a little bit extra. You add some kale or curly parsley to any big roast like this and it automatically looks like it's from like sub 1950, so. Love it, delicious. I really like it. There's not really much I would change here. Maybe I might rub the lamb down with some spices that wouldn't be as available back in the 1920s. Say something like harissa paste, or maybe like a nut crumble, like a Duca nut crumble, which is similar to what I put in the stuffing, etc. But otherwise, this thing's classic. It's great, stands the test of time. We love lamb. Let's get into this dessert here. We have our lemon rice cream vibe. Ooh, yeah. I mean, I'm kind of a rice pudding guy. You can call me geriatric, call me what you will, that's ageist, but I mean, that looks good to me. It looks like delicious, creamy, lemony baby food, baby. And this is the sauce that we made. On the recipe, it says strawberry sauce optional. I'm choosing to add it. It's literally like a buttercream with strawberries in it, so there we go. Look how pretty that is. It's good. This puts Cozy House in its place. What's her name again? Fannie Merritt Farmer. Fannie, pull up, because that is delicious. I'm not a big dessert guy. I only want a little baby portion anyways. It's fun, it's different, definitely retro. And if you like rice pudding, you're gonna like that. Cookbooks just, obviously aren't made the same anymore. This thing is very, very broad. The recipes are literally 1 paragraph long and are super vague with like 0 description. It's kind of a breath of fresh air in a way, because a lot of modern day cookbooks, they explain way too much, right? There might be 13 steps on how to boil water for a hard-boiled egg, like with options. While I understand that somebody learning to cook can appreciate that, I also think that it's kind of Fisher pricey, and there is no hand-holding in this book. If you're first learning to make choux pastry, probably not gonna be the easiest, best cookbook for you, but if you kind of have an idea of what a lot of things are already, older cookbooks, man, they just get right to the point. There's no bullshit, and I appreciate that. Piece of history right here. I am 11 out of 10 cursed. I hope y'all enjoyed this blast from the past. If you did, give us a like, sub to the Chansky if you're new to the Chansky. If you're not new to the Chansky, welcome back. Best way to support the channel is to support the grocery fund, AKA the Patreon. Be sure to come say what up on Discord. If you like to cook and specifically take pictures of what you cook, come hang out with us, post it over there. We're always kind of like sharing pictures. It's a fun place. That is all I got for you today. So until next we meet, farewell.